Hi everybody, welcome back to Rides and Tides Adventures. I know in the last video I had said that our next upcoming video would likely be the passenger armrest install. So I didn't want to work backwards, and by what I mean by that is I'm going to install, today's video was going to be a trailer hitch. So rather than putting the armrests on today for video and then having to take them off, because you have to take them off in order to get the top lid off, to take all the plastics apart and everything else. So I thought, you know what, why don't I just work from the bottom, work my way up. So yeah, what we're going to do today is obviously lumbar seat, that's got to, the backrest, that's got to come off. The passenger seat's got to come off. Now remember, it's going to be electrically connected, so before you just pull that apart and rip it off, you're going to have an electrical plug. Top lid's got to come off, and again, that is also electrically connected. So I'll go into a little bit of an explanation. I'll give you a little bit of a video on that. These side cases, these covers, these have to come off. These side cases have to come apart. Now also remember, you've got to take the right side off as well. So we're only looking at the left side. So we're going to have to obviously double everything up. Everything that we're doing on the left side, we're also going to have to do on the right side. And then once those side cases come apart, this back panel's got to come off. This fender, that's got to drop down, get changed. In the kit, it comes with a new fender, comes with all the wiring harness that you're going to need. And I'll go into a little bit of an explanation with what they've changed in 24. They've given you a T-connector with a power wire. You got the axle bolt. You've got all the necessary, never mind all the other crap that I got laying around, but I got the trailer hitch. I've got the mud flap for the bottom of the trailer hitch. So there's going to be two parts of that mud flap. Is one for the trailer hitch and one to replace this here. Alrighty. And like I say, I've got all the necessary components. I've got all the, looks like twist ties, lock ties, cable ties, electrical ties, whatever you want to call them. All the necessary hardware to do the installation of the trailer hitch. So yeah, I've also got the swing mods order. Like I said in the last video, that's come. So I've got a couple of modulators for the brake lights. So while I have these side cases apart, I might as well just plug those in line as well. So yeah, two birds with one stone in this video. And passenger armrests. So that, again, hate to say it, but that will be in the next video. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first step is backrest off, passenger seat off, top saddle off. Okay, let's get those removed. Okay, now with the passenger seat removed, top saddle, let's get ready to tackle these side bags. So let's open them up. Going to have to remove the top of this shock. Can you see that? Let me just see if I get it. Shock light. Of course you can see, you know where the shock is, but anyway, we're going to remove that shock. And 9 screws have to come out of there. So let me just show you how. It's as simple as this. Little flat tip screwdriver. Just put that in there behind that little clip. And that shock should just come right off of there. Just like that. Make sure that clip stays on there, so when you put it all back together, it just snaps on. Simple like that. Remove the 9 screws, store them away. Again, remember, what you do on the left side, you'll have to copy on the right side. Okay, once you have those 9 screws, T20s removed, you'll have to go up to this inspection cover for your passenger heated grips and heated seat and remove this cover here. And by that, you've got these 2 screws here. One there. So I get it there, and one down here. Remove those 2. Now with those side covers removed for those the electrical switches, you've got one more T20 screw right there. Remove that. Again, make sure you double up. Whatever you've done on the left side, you do on the right side. Okay, so there was 2 screws up top. There was one here, and then there was one at the back there. So 2, and I believe they were T15, not T20. And then all you do is, because all the hardware is out, just simply grab the panel, and because there's enough flex in the plastic panel, you don't have to take that one bolt out of the bottom left. Just leave that in there. This will flex enough so that you now have access to all this back panel here. Okay, so again, both sides. Now also, one little tip is you've got this, let me just get a light here. You've got this little bit where the body panel sits and I wouldn't say it snaps in, but it helps seat it. So just remember, when you're pulling this side panel off, pull it up and out a little bit, and then pull it to the side. Comes off easy. Okay. Now with all those side panels removed, remove these 2 top screws there, T30 I believe they are, and then you're going to be able to remove that whole back panel with the mud flap. You're going to have electrical connections for obviously your taillights, your backup camera, and your backup light. Okay, so you're going to have 4 plugs. Now just keep in mind that those are just metal tabs that simply go in some plastic holes. So it doesn't take a whole lot, but there's enough strength in there just to hold that in place. So give it a little pull, and that should just drop down, undo those 4 electrical connections, and you should be good. Okay, with that back panel removed, simply I could have just taken these, I don't know if I'll get a light in here, these rubber or plastic rivets. I could have just removed them too, and that mud flap or guard or whatever would have came with that back panel, but I was a little bit of a silly bird, but I just peeled that off of there. I should have just done it all at once. However, just take those 2 plastic rivets out now, and that will drop down, and then I'll fasten the newer replacement one right onto the back panel as I install that. And then there was 3 electrical connections, one for each tail light, brake light, and then one for the backup camera. The backup light obviously stayed there, as well as the license plate. Okay, so let me remove that mud flap. Now with that axle or that mud flap extension removed, now that I'm down here, I'm just going to simply take off these axle caps. Plastic, easy peasy. Just like that. Do that on both sides and get that ready. While I'm down here, I should do a little bit of an inspection. I know it's new, just PDI'd, but in my brain, I'm always going to be looking just to make sure that, you know what, I'm the one riding. I should do a little bit of an inspection. So I'll just go through everything, just make sure that everything is tight and as it should be. No harm, no foul. Take me about 20 minutes, not a biggie. And then once I get done doing that, what I'll do is I'll get the trailer hitch itself ready. I'll get that ready to receive the little mud flap that goes on the bottom of that, and then I'll get ready to install that. Okay, let's get at that. Okay, with everything removed and everything outfitted, the mud flap installed on the bottom of the trailer hitch, we're going to install the hitch itself onto the trailing arm. So as you can see, simply just slides onto the trailing arm. Slides on as far as you can push this axle bolt in through the axle. So I'm just going to line it up here on both sides and just walk it on. There you go. That's home. You can hear it was seated. Now, before I put that axle bolt through, I'm going to lubricate that up, because I would imagine over the course of time, I'm likely going to have this hitch on a few times to do some service, to do whatever. So before I put that axle bolt through, lubricate that up, NECs, petroleum, whatever. And when you torque it, make sure you torque it to specs. I believe it's 48 foot-pounds plus or minus 11. So around 50 foot-pounds, that should be sufficient. So torque it to whatever you feel, but that's what the spec value is. Okay, so I'm going to get that axle bolt in, torqued up, and start with the wiring. Okay, with the hitch installed and the cotter pin in there as well, making sure that I believe that was 48 foot-pounds, plus or minus 10, 11, whatever. Anyway, so moving on, we're going to install these little metal tabs for the converter. So I'll put them up in here. One goes there, one goes here, and then this little bracket gets riveted right there. Alrighty. So let me get that done, and then we'll come back, and then we'll start installing some wiring. Then we're getting there. Okay, with that converter installed, we're going to continue on with the next supplied wiring harness that they gave you in the kit. So looks a little intimidating, but really all this is just as inline connectors. So where your taillights were plugged into the back of the panel here, these are going to go in line with that. So you've got obviously a left and a right, as well as a power wire. We'll get into that in a minute. So we'll run that power wire up into the control module underneath the, I think it was a passenger seat. So we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do that, I just wanted to remind you that we did have an order from Sling Mods, and we ordered, or I ordered, these plug-and-play brake light flasher modulators. So that just, again, as I said in the last video, as soon as you press on the brake lights, it flashes 3 times, just to alert the driver behind you that you are stopping. So I'm going to put those in line now as well. So I'm not only going to just put in this wire harness, I'm going to put in those modulator plug-and-play kits. So I'm going to have a few plugs back here, and that's fine. But pro tip, before you reassemble everything, button everything back up, simply just turn the power wire on, go through the sequence, press the brake lights, flashers, tail lights, all that stuff. So before you get too far and you think, oh, you know what, something's not right, I got to take it all apart again. Pro tip, just make sure that you do, in fact, just run through all the checks, make sure everything works before you get too far. Alrighty, so let's get that wiring harness installed. It's pretty simple. And these plug and play connectors, and then we'll start working on that power wire. Okay, for the last part of the wiring harness that they supply you, that T-fitting, you're simply just going to go in line with this control module harness. You're just going to, just like I say, just break that apart. You're going to put that T-fitting in, what they call T-fitting. And once that's completed and you've made those connections, I'm going to run this power wire all the way through this channel, right to the back where the wiring harness is that we just installed. Alrighty, so give me a couple minutes, I'll get at that. Alright, so I've run that power wire, and I've gone back and re-secured all the wiring harness with the cable ties. Now, in the kit, it obviously comes, that power wire comes with some spade terminal connectors, and I'm not a fan of that, especially in the weather, rain. It just, they're just not a good quality connection. So I put some electrical tape on them for now. If I get ambitious again, what I'll probably end up doing is just taking that spade terminal connection apart again and putting some shrink tube on there and sealing that up. So yeah, let's get this all back together piece by piece, and let's see what she looks like. Now this is also a courtesy reminder, so before you get too far ahead, just make sure your lights and everything work. Just turn the key on, put the brakes on, signals, all that stuff, make sure that works. Also, I didn't mention that there are 2 little bolts on each side of this, on these taillights. I believe they're 9/32. So those are in conjunction with the T30 and 9/32 bolt. That'll take your back panel off. Okay, so there we are with everything reinstalled, and the hitch sitting there nice and shiny and gleaming and everything, ready for some adventures with the Freedom trailer. So tool list that I used was the impact driver with, I believe it was T15 and T20 torque spits that were on the driver. Cable cutters or wire cutters, whatever. I just used those for cutting the cable ties. That's all I did. I did no wiring. Everything was all just pretty much plug and play. Small flat tip screwdriver, regular flat tip screwdriver, small Phillips screwdriver, Torx. I believe that's a 15 and a 27 Torx screwdrivers. Body panel, that was just to take off that back panel, that to get that one clip out. 2 sockets, a 7/32 and a 9/32, and 2 adjustable wrenches. And that was just because I didn't feel like going to the toolbox and find out what size wrench I needed, so I just did that, and that was for the axle. And they gave you a number of cotter pins that are extras, I believe, just so that they know that if you're going to service the machine and you're going to pull that axle out, you're going to need some cotter pins. So why not, right? So yeah, that's the tool list. Tool list ability, I'm going to say out of 5, maybe a 2. The groundwork's already been laid, so I think it's pretty simple. I don't think that there's anything technical or anything worrisome as far as the installation of the trailer hitch. Like I say, I think that anybody that rides one of these machines can probably tackle that in about an hour 15 minutes, something like that. So yeah, so I'm going to give you another shot of what it looks like since we installed those brake modulators for the electrical, for the power, for the brake lights. Okay, hang on one sec. Okay, so that's going to wrap up this video. If you got any value out of this, or if you learned anything, or if you think this was any use, give me a good old thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We got a couple other parts that from Sling Mods that I have to install. One is the third brake light, which is in the top case. I have to plug that one in and get that all going. So all 3 brake lights will be flashing after that. I think you probably only seen that the 2 were flashing and the third one stayed steady. So we've got that. We've got some cuffs. We've got the grill inserts. We got the bigger brake pad. And then I've got the quad lock that I'm going to install, the Garmin Zumo. I'm going to install that as well. I've got some auxiliary wiring that I got from Sling Mods as well. So all the accessories that I have will be powered when the key is powered on, or when the machine's running rather. So yeah, that's where we are. So yeah, we got a bunch of videos coming up, and hopefully with the weather the way it's been, and it's not even cooperating. It's been cold, it's been wet, hasn't even been much like a good riding season yet. So looking forward to getting some warmer temperatures and some sunnier days and getting out on this machine and enjoying it and getting some touring in. So yeah, and then I'll show you the Freedom trailer that I just picked up as well. So yeah, you got any value out of this, give me a big old thumbs up, subscribe, be part of the community where we got lots of things going on with this machine. 2026 Can-Am Spyder Sea to Sky. Okay, have a good one.